Hi, this is Chris Mick again, and I'd like to introduce to you one of the rarest MIDI devices that has ever been built, and there's only about 350 of those that have been built by Dieter Doepfer, or Doepfer, you know him from Eurorack in Germany, and it was around the 90s, and I think this one is from 93, and we really will have fun with that, because I'm the first and only one who will do an in-depth review of this vintage MIDI controller. And stand by, because I will tell you a lot about how to program it, what it can do, what is good about it, what might be not that good. And it's called the Doepfer MIDI. And this glove is the power glove. It was made by Mattel. Some of the old gamers out there might know it. And I will show you everything here, but let's have some fun first. Here is how it works. Depending on the sound I choose, of course, I can do almost everything that I can do with a MIDI protocol here. Let's take a different sound. So, okay, let's have a close look at this. I give a little impression how it's programmed, how it's working, and then we put it into perspective, and in the end I do something else. I will steer video, I hope so, with it, and try to also adapt it to my Eurorack here via MIDI to CV. I also got this Doepfer MCV24, that's also very rare, and try to show you what can be done here. And so let's get into it, and first of all let's have a look how it's working. I did a video 5 or 6 or 8 years ago. This will be the in-depth review now here. So it all starts with the power device. It's 9 volt, 300 milliampere, I think so, and it's going into this Doepfer MIDI output glove interface. Yes. So it's 9 DC in. It's got a MIDI in and a MIDI out. The MIDI out of this, in this case it's running in the SSL 12 here, and I'm steering via the SSL 12. I'm steering a memory remote or whatever is running on a PC. But it also can be a MIDI device, of course. Any of those here can be controlled by this glove. Okay, but this was made by Doepfer, but this is the glove made by Mattel, originally for gaming, and you see there's ultrasonic things here, and the fingers, when I bend them, have 3 positions which give out controller data. And here everything can be programmed, which is very complex, you're going to see, and within those programs I can choose here. The values can be changed around here, and each of these knobs has got some sort of function, and this is described in this totally complex German language. I think there's no other language out there, manual that has been done around 93, and you see this is really complex and very hard to understand and not so easy to do. So what did I do? I translated everything, all these 12 or how many pages, you see, this is crazy, into English language, so that everybody out there could understand what's going on here. I do that for free, because there's only 350 of those still around, of those. Probably more of these here. So you put that on, and it can be attached to your arm, and it might be good to wear a different glove inside of this so that you don't spoil it. And must sit very properly on your arm and your hands. That the closer it is, the tighter it is, the more fine control you have. And there is really fine control here. So how does it work? The glove has its own interface, and that one is here. This is the Power Glove interface. Questions we can help. I should call that number after 30 years, I'm not sure. And the glove is connected to that, and this has an output that normally went into the PC, I think, but in this case they made a different adapter, and it's going into this here. So that's easy. Power line going in here, the Mowgli is in between, it's doing the main work, and controlling the whole thing with this gaming glove, I would say. And everything in here can be programmed, and it's a 3-letter programming, and this is the hard thing to do. But it won't work if there wasn't ultrasonic send and receive, and this is done, and this is also connected here into this Power Glove via ultrasonic sensors, and it's, you must understand, this is sort of a cube. It's X, Y, and Z axis you have here. So it's sort of a cube going here and here and here and going there. And within this cube, you can move with this hand. You can also go outside the cube, but it's not that precise. And the first thing you always have to do, you put it on, you bend your fingers, and there's a center button. Then it's calibrated for a certain position, and from that position on you can work and put out this controller data, translate it into MIDI, going into there. That's it. That's quite easy. So far, so good. So let's check it, and I show you how to program some things here. Okay, let's go. Everything is connected, and as soon as it powers off, there's a global mode, GLO. That means nothing happens. And when I'm pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, I can change between a direct mode, a virtual play mode, a gesture mode, a vector mode, and a manipulation mode. And these modes can be understood sort of programs, because each of these programs you change can be programmed within itself with different functions between the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and the movement of the fingers, and even the rotation. Yes, and that's the hard thing to do. And let's get directly into the first mode here. And in this first mode, I programmed 1, 2, 3 fingers, and this here I tried to do it and program the rotation. I'm not sure. First of all, I must do like that, 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 and then center it, and then go into direct mode, and immediately it starts. Yes. Here you see. First finger, second finger, third finger, and thumb, I'm not sure. I didn't program yet, yes? And if I wanted to program it, I press again, and I get into this horizontal thing. So if I move like that, and then I go into enter, and I can say it should be pitch. And here you can see very little movements. I got this pitch. Different finger. So now we got note on the fingers, different note on values, and I got a pitch on this horizontal, this axis. So I go into direct mode, press it again, horizontal, and once I'm in there, I can choose enter and say not pitch. In this case, I would say program change, which is PRG. Here we got PRG. So here we get into program change. You see it's wildly going on there. Maybe the sensitivity can also be programmed, yes? Here we got the fingers again. And what about the pitch? Program change. Different program. Hey, that's great, yes? Go here, program change, go in again. Different program. Go here, program change. Control it again. Go out again. Say 0, initialized. So that's some of the ideas how it's working. Of course, you can do this disable MIDI event, note off events, poly aftertouch, mono aftertouch, controller change you have seen, controller data. Of course, if I want to do a filter, I can go in there, but I must know the certain controller number here. I can program it here. And then you can sub-parameters like vertical values, you can, and the thumb banding, index finger banding, and you also can do which events with the ring finger or the fingers. I also could do a program change with that here, and then bend the finger one note, a second note. So really heavy to do, and in virtual play mode or gesture mode you can program it differently and change between those. It's also got a panic here, and don't forget to center it, and it takes some time, and the sensors, there should be no reflection in the room that it's coming back. They are very sensitive, and that should have chosen a little bit bigger here, but this is the glove. I've seen it with the EMS sound beam that's working a little bit more precisely, but all in all, it's really fun, and you control things with it. And I would say if you program it very nicely and really get into it, you can even play some music with it, yes, or get out there. There's a note off, do this rotation and this. And it needs a little time to adapt to this, but it's really genius and astonishing what it really can do. So sad. I believe that there were not that many made, because the handbook, the manual should have been written differently, also in English language, and didactically, and the methodology of this handbook, I made it different. I put this 10 pages onto 3 pages. Then you immediately get to where you like to program it and get into it. But let's check if I can use it also on video. Of course I can, or steering lights with it, or do this Doepfer MCV24 things going into my Eurorack. Yes, okay, different sound. Here we got the different bendings. Here's just a short example that you can steer MIDI VJ software with it. Yes, I'm moving like horizontally, and there is mapper demo running here, and you can see, yes, I'm moving the glove horizontally, and the picture is changing. And you can see the metadata, of course, they're getting in there. And this is it. Quite easy, and can be done much more complicated if you have, let's say, Arcos Grand VJ or Resolume. You can put in videos and control the videos and choose the videos and get into the different effects and the parameters of the effects. And for that, this hand or the fingers are really great. And even if you have something like Omnibus running here on the Mac, you can do in parallel, like on one side it's a video that's putting out the video to, let's say, projector. And internally you choose a sample like Halion or Contact and control that. So both can be controlled by that in parallel, only using this glove. So that's a really good solution for multimedia performances or interactive performances, yes. The other thing is how do we get that to Doepfer via Doepfer MCV24 into the Eurorack. Let's have a look about that. Here we go. Can I control a Eurorack? I got a Morphogene by Make Noise here, elements and all this stuff, and I tried it with the MCV24, which was probably one of the best MIDI to CV converters that have ever been built, with 24 channels here, different menus, output, but I need to replace the battery. So what you probably didn't know is Arturia Keystep takes the MIDI in from the Mowgli by Doepfer, and on the CV outs I can do the pitch to the gate to the play of the Morphogene, and the vari speed here is done by the gate. There's a mod out here which going out continuous data, continuous voltage, and I changed the direct program here to pitch to do something fluently here. So I activate direct, and can change here. Backwards and different programs. You see the data are coming in there. Putting up vari speed, going down. I could also go to the minus 100 to 120. So anyway, it's working. You need to reprogram it or take a different program here and do that, especially for Eurorack. Then you choose number 2 instead of directly, like gesture mode or something like that. And just to show you it's working, it needs a little bit more programming on the Power Glove. So I'm coming to the end now here. Feel free to subscribe. This is one of the rare cases where I say you can leave some comments there, but be constructive there. Maybe you have some ideas or you use something like that, you have some questions. I try to check it and ring the bell, and this community is getting bigger and bigger. It's over 3,000 now, and I have 700,000 clicks, so why not? It's fun for me to do that, and see you next time. Next time I will do something with 70s effects for guitar. I got a big muff that was used by David Gilmour, and rewired it, and it works again, and have some spring reverbs here and some Ibanez stuff. That might be one of my next videos. Then it's going a little bit to guitar tweaking, and you have an idea of the old sounds, like you have an idea of this controller stuff from the 90s, yes? So, see you again. This was Chris Mick, and hope you enjoyed it, and I will keep that here. I will not sell it. It's still working perfectly, and thanks to Dieter Doepfer and this team. That was great times. Nobody doing that anymore that much, but maybe there's a renaissance very soon. See you then. Ciao.